I'm going to be making a spiderweb cocoon for my spiderweb display in my window. I'm going to need a few things. First and foremost, a cup of water, because crafting makes you parched. Some string. It's kind of thicker string. I guess maybe you would call it rope. Scissors for cutting things. I bought some freaky fabric from Wal Mart. That was pretty cheap. Looks like this. It's white, off-white, and really spooky. And some pre-made cobwebs, also from Walmart. And plastic bags, Walmart. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a bag and fill it with a bunch of other bags. I happen to have 1,000 of them floating around at my house. You can just probably get some when you go shopping at Walmart. I'm just going to smush them up and get the air out of them. I picked a bag that's white because I'm going to have a black light in my window, so I want it to kind of shine with the black light. I'm going to take one Walmart bag and put it inside the other Walmart bag, but I want the bottoms, one of the bottoms is going to be going upright and the other is going to be going sideways like this to make it more round, because I don't really want the pointy corners. I want it to be relatively round and not scround, so I just stuffed that in there like that. And then I'm going to take my other bag, crumple them up in a ball, and put them inside. Like that. And pull the handles up from the first two bags. Now, it's still kind of got some corners on it, but I'm going to wrap it, so that's hopefully not going to be a problem. I'm going to squish it and get the air out. And I want it to be kind of tall, more like an oval shape. So I'm just going to tie the top like that, and that'll make a nice handle, as you see, a loop, so that when I install it, it'll hang nicely in the corner of my window. I'm just going to smush it up a little bit, get it into the shape I kind of want it in. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to take my freaky fabric that I bought, unravel it, shake it up out so I can find the corners in the end. The more you handle this stuff, the more party it gets. So I'm going to try to be careful with it. So it's meant to look tattered and torn, which is what I want, but I don't want it to fall apart before I can use it. So once you find the end, I'm going to start, see how it's kind of got holes in it. You might also be able to use cheesecloth if you want. This was just convenient, so I grabbed it. I'll start with one of the holes and put it over the handle so that stays accessible and doesn't mess with my fabric. And then I'm going to wrap it around kind of randomly. Probably a ace bandage style figure 8 pattern would work well here. It's going to kind of look mummified as you wrap it, which is the desired effect. And there's holes in the fabric, and I'm kind of trying to cover them up because I don't really want parts of the bag to show. So, here's my cocoon. I'm also going to wrap it in spiderweb so any writing on the bag won't be as noticeable. Like that. So I got the bottom here. The end of the fabric is on the bottom. I think I'm just going to take a piece of string and sew it into fabric. And I'm just going to tie it together so it stays in place. Like that. Scissors. Just one little knot should be fine, and then my strings I'm going to tuck underneath, like that. So now you have your creepy looking cocoon. And you can decorate it with spiders and bugs and other creepy crawly things. So next I'm going to take my spider web, cut the bag. On the instructions it says, and I quote, "Before you begin to decorate, find an end, uncoil, and stretch." It also says it in Spanish. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find an end, stretch it out. I'm probably not going to use all of this. I mean, this is a good amount of spider web here, so whatever I don't use, I can use in my window. Just going to uncoil it some. And I don't want to spread it out too thin. I want it to be pretty thick and lush. This looks thin, but it is pretty thick. I don't want to stretch it out so that it won't cover my bag, my cocoon now. So with this, I'm going to just kind of drape it over, make a hole in the top for my handles, and stretch it around the rest of this cocoon. And as you see, there's quite a long tail on the end. I'm just going to cut that off because I'm not going to need that. And I'll use that later. As you see, it's already starting to look nice and creepy. Like that. And now I have spiderweb cocoon. And I'm going to put, all kinds of spiders and stuff on it. And then hang it in my window. Thanks for watching.